Hey, brother, man, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Go ahead.
All right, cool. No. I wanted to hear your point on that. Basically, I said Somaliland, like, I get it. Ethiopia needs a port. And that makes sense, especially because 60% of Ethiopian commerce, if I'm not mistaken, has to be imported. And being a landlocked country, that means you have to pay taxes to have other countries ship it in through their borders and then move it into Ethiopia by truck. And there's no way to do business. So to get rid of those tariffs and those taxes, you have to have either an alliance or a claim on a foreign port. And Somaliland tried to give you the opportunity. But even then, whether they control it or not, they don't have the jurisdiction, is my point. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, look, let me ask you like this, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe right now Somaliland as a state, as a de facto state, is illegal?
Absolutely.
The things that they conduct within themselves.
Under what law specifically? Illegal under international law? Illegal under Somali law? Like which law?
Under international law.
Under international law, I don't know if it's legal or illegal. I don't think it is.
No, it is. Because they have their own passports.
Yeah, they have their own passports, but passports are only as good as the border's willing to accept them.
Some countries...
I can go in my fucking computer, print out a goddamn passport.
How do you have a passport and you're not recognized as a country, though? It's crazy. I never heard of that.
Yeah,
you got to understand, bro. Recognition.
Well, I mean, I never heard of
it. It's actually not a hard thing to believe because it's not a hard thing. Wait, guys, it's not a hard thing to believe. For example, Taiwan is not officially recognized as a country, but Taiwanese people.
I'm saying that's a different story, though. Taiwan,
that's a completely different story.
Hong Kong is not its own country.
But me, I wasn't even suggesting. I'm just saying I never heard of a country.
Hong Kong has its own passport too.
Hong Kong is a great example.
But you're making my point for me then. Because Hong Kong is still internationally recognized as sovereign Chinese territory administered by the CCP.
Thank you for that.
So whether it has its own passport or not is mute. It doesn't matter. Because if anybody, say a foreign country, wanted to say, hey, Hong Kong, we want this such and such port, can they do that without having to talk to the CCP? Fuck no, they couldn't. Whether they have their own passport or not is mute. You see what I'm saying? Silence is definitely. I love that shit. Yeah. Yo, let me see the. But yeah, fam. That's why Pan-Africanism, I think, would solve all those problems. Because if there was a Pan-Africanist agreement between all states in Africa, where they weren't one country, but in a coalition economically and globally, Ethiopia wouldn't be starting those civil wars. It wouldn't be an issue with them using the port of Berbera. It wouldn't be an issue with them using the port of Djibouti.
But that doesn't solve everything, though.
Wait, one second. I don't think you know anything about Ethiopia.
Yada. Yo, Yada, right?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
So say, for example, hypothetically, everybody was in line with Pan-Africanism.
Okay.
Right? And as the nations stand right now, as the borders are, whatever. Okay? Now, Ethiopia comes to the Somali government, the one in Mogadishu, right?
Right.
And they propose a deal, and they come to an agreement with the government of Mogadishu. Okay. And then, so now they have access to Berbera for whatever exchange.
100%.
How do they act on it now? What do they do? If there is no control, and how do you think Somaliland will receive us?
No, but there's the thing. That's the exact point I'm trying to make. Somaliland's rebellion against larger Somalia or greater Somalia is not it's because Somalia is a failed fucking state, man. It's a failed state. It's not a fully governed country where the centralized government and the recognized capital of the country controls all the territory. Much is the case with a lot of fucking countries, including Ethiopia, if you don't mind, because there's a lot of provinces that aren't fully controlled by the country, the central government, Addis Ababa. Right? So there's a shared
I would agree. Ethiopia is a failed state.
You know what I'm saying?
I can agree with you.
You're looking for a way to solve
not.
Ethiopia's problem and only Ethiopia's problem without giving a flying fuck whether the Somalia's problem is solved at all.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very selfish mindset.
It is.
And that's why Pan-Africanism is what I agree with.
My
It's
brother.
completely selfish. You're thinking about
Dude,
what's best for Ethiopia. Fuck everybody around me.
Let me ask you this. Do you believe Siad Barre was a Pan-Africanist?
No, I don't. I think he was a nationalist. I think he was someone who was I think he wanted to conquer the Ogaden province in Ethiopia because it is historic Somaliland. Indisputably, it is historic Somaliland. And he wanted Somalia to be greater Somalia and to form a very large, rich province in Africa, which honestly it was. At one point, Somalia was known as the Pearl of the Indian Ocean.
And they had all the most.
Everyone from the west to Asia used to vacation in Mogadishu
and they had
go to the beaches. And they had the factories, one of the most educated, the largest military in the entire continent, the most trained Air Force in the entire continent. That's what it was under Siad Barre. People could say something about Siad Barre all they want, but he presided over the golden era of Somali history.
And he didn't care about Kabila.
You got to understand though. It's because of his ambition that Somalia is in the position that it's in today, bro.
I agree. I 100% agree. It's because of his ambition that Somalia is in the point that it's in. But also, aside from his ambition alone, it was a product of the Cold War. It was whether we like it or not, the Somali-Ogaden War with Ethiopia and Somalia was a product of the Cold War. It was a proxy war between the West and the Soviet Union. That's undeniable. So without those two factors, with outside factors in the mix, he would have definitely taken Ogaden. Number one. He would have taken it. Without a shadow of a doubt. Without Western support, Ethiopia would have lost that war. I mean, for God's sake, Ethiopia had to bring in Cuban soldiers to fight the Somalis off.
But you do know, hold on, right?
But here's the thing, that war would have never happened under a Pan-Africanist system. It would have never happened. There would have never been a Siad Barre. Because Siad Barre wasn't voted into office. He just killed the last democratically elected leader and took power because he was the top general.
That's his problem. He was a nationalist.
Nationalism destroys countries. It does. In Africa, at least. Nationalism destroys countries. Are you waiting for me to disagree? I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, I'm not your mouse. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know, but it's just sometimes you have to look at things objectively and as they are today and work with what you have. Like, if Somalia can come to some kind of understanding with Somaliland and come with one federal government where they both feel like they're represented, then absolutely, like, any country would want to work with them. Why not?
Absolutely.
But that's not the case right now, and we can't wait for you guys to.
Don't wait. Just find a port somewhere else. Is what I'm saying. You don't gotta wait. There's Djibouti, the port that everybody else uses. That's the port that's currently being used by the Ethiopian government. You can just ask for less tariffs from Djibouti.
Yeah, they try to offer it now.
Which, by the way, is also a Somali province. Djibouti is technically a Somali province.
They're creating
the majority.
So Djibouti is the success story Somaliland wants.
Yeah. They're creating a road that literally links from Somaliland all the way to Djibouti.
I don't know, man. Now you're starting to sound like a Somali nationalist.
No, I'm not. But it is. It is, like, objectively. You said the objective.
If you look at the land, right, by population, you could say about 2/3 of the Djiboutian population is Somali. The rest of it being Afar. But the land, like about 90% of the land, it belongs to Afar. And the place where the Djibouti city is belongs to the Somalis. So that's...
I guess, but here's the thing. We're splitting hairs because these aren't borders that we drew as Africans, bro. These aren't even borders we drew. These are borders already designed for us by Europeans. So, whether I say it's Somali or not Somali, I'm only talking strictly ethnically. ethnically, the majority of people in Djibouti are ethnically Somali. That's facts. I'm not talking about the land or the borders, because those aren't lines that we drew in the map. Those are lines drawn by Europeans.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't formally recognize them, because the native populations didn't even draw those borders.
So what do you think should happen to them?
That's a good point. That's why I think I'm Eritrean. That's why we're going to work for them lines right now.
100%. So we go, like Somali people, Ethiopians, Kenyans, Congolese, South Africans, Central Africans, people from Niger, everyone's killing each other over lines they didn't even fucking draw.
Dude, that's crazy. I didn't think of that.
I'm saying, so what you think should happen? So what
I think 100%, like right now, it's too late to reorganize lines. I think all the countries of Africa, all 54 or 64, I don't know if I remember properly, the number of countries in Africa should be in an economic and governmental coalition, but have separate powers of like administering laws or administration in their own respective regions. Like there should be an administrative chief of Somalia, administrative chief of Ethiopia, administrative chief of Congo, administrative chief of Nigeria.
That's the easy part, though. We'll figure that out. You know what I mean?
That's the easy part, because that way everyone still has sovereignty over their ethnic land. However, there we can have a collective shared military, economic, and governmental system that controls and maintains our cooperation. So therefore, if Ethiopia needed a port as a brother of the African system, you would have a right to get commerce through Berbera. You wouldn't need to ask. The economic system would guarantee you get your access without taxes. You don't need taxes from Somalia. It's African land. Because we share the same currency. You see what I'm saying?
No, I like how you think, bro.
But that's how the euro works.
I like how you think. And if things were like that,
it'd be beautiful.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is that's not the reality.
Yeah, because real shit, everyone's too bogged down.
Ethiopia wants to have...
The Africans already taking those fake-ass lines
Ethiopia
to heart.
wants to have...
Everyone's waving their fucking flag. And even if those flags and lines didn't exist, everyone's waving their tribal banners. And that's why Somalia won't be a country in 100 years. Neither will be Ethiopia. Like Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania, they have the right idea. They're trying to create the East African Federation.
We're fucking villagers, bro.
Have you guys heard of that already? The East African Federation?
Yeah, you guys are part of it.
No, we're not. Somalia is not a part of it right now.
East African Federation? I never heard of that.
East African Federation, basically Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, and a couple of other countries. I don't know which country it is specifically, the other two. I think Uganda and Botswana, I'm not sure.
You guys are part
but
of
they're
it.
trying to create a federation that erases those borders completely, and they centralize completely. The East African, East African Federation, look it up on Google or YouTube, what the proposed is. And they've already accepted. All the countries have accepted it already. They said by 2035, they're going to do it. They have the right idea. They're going to pool their resources. They're going to pool their currencies under one currency. They're going to each province is going to be governed by a respective ethnic group, so there's no infighting, and one ethnic minority doesn't feel marginalized. And they're going to share and share alike. They already got the blueprint. It's being done. And mark my words, if they become a success story, the rest.
How many countries in it? You said Rwanda.
I think it's Rwanda and Kenya and Tanzania are the big ones. I don't know the other ones.
But you know why it's easier for them
if they pull that off, that's lit.
That's lit. You feel me? East Africa would be fire with the resources of Ethiopia.
I think the Horn, though, we could have pulled it off, though. There's too much going on.
It's too much infighting, bro. It's too much blood on the soil now.
It's not about the infighting, bro. If you look at Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, and Burundi, right? They have, first of all, in all four of those countries, they share ethnicities, they share languages, and on top of that, they have a uniting language, Swahili. We don't have that.
What do you mean we don't have that? We're all Cushitic. Somali, Djibouti, Eritrea, and Ethiopia, they're all Cushitic people. Man. We are literally sharing, we are the same ethnicity. Literally the same ethnicity.
No, you're not hearing me out.
Somali isn't an ethnicity, it's a tribe. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not ethnically Somali, I'm ethnically Cushitic.
My aunt is Turk,
yeah.
Ethiopian,
nah,
right?
man.
She speaks.
You're Cushitic, I'm Cushitic. That's a tribe. Look it up, bro.
No,
Somali is not a
your
genetic
tribe.
thing. Somali genetically,
Yeah, I
if
didn't
they
even know
check
that.
my genetics right now
Bro,
today,
your
it wouldn't
tribe
say
would be-
Somali,
your
bro.
tribe would be
It would
your
say East
Kabyle,
African.
bro.
Yeah, East, definitely.
If
Your
you
tribe
got
would
your
be your
haplogroup
Kabyle, homie.
checked, they would say East African, bro.
I was in
100%.
I was in Jajiga,
It would say
Addis
Cushitic, East
Ababa.
African, and it would highlight
I went to
Ethiopia,
Dirdawa.
Djibouti.
They were all speaking Somali, fam.
100%. It was highlight Eritrea,
Yeah.
Djibouti, and Ethiopia, and Somalia.
Yeah.
Ethnically, I'm Cushitic.
Yeah.
So are you.
100%.
It's just two tribes that are different.
Look, I'm trying to
And yeah, we do
So
have a
what's
common
another
language because
ethnicity in
both
the Horn?
Amharic
Everybody
and
Cushitic?
Somali are Cushitic languages.
No, I'm saying everybody in the Horn is Cushitic, or that's the only
Not
ethnicity?
everybody in the Horn, but that's the major
So what's
group of
another
the
one?
Horn of
What's the other
Africa.
one?
No, look. Yada, hold on. Let me give you an example, right? Let me give you an example.
They were speaking
Listen.
Somali and Amharic, right?
Yeah.
Somali, Amharic are both Cushitic languages.
100%.
Just like English and Spanish are Latin languages.
100%. Yeah.
You
Now,
feel me?
Amharic is a Semitic language, but that's neither here nor there. I get what you're saying.
You see me?
Look, here's the point, though, right?
They were speaking Somali.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example with Ethiopia, right? One of the biggest reasons that we had what's it called? We had like the various revolutions and stuff like that with these ethnic revolts and stuff, right? Is because of the language issue. The other ethnicities, right? Since we don't have one common language, the other ethnicities felt undermined by the Amharas because the Amharic language was the official language and was the one that was being taught in the institutions, right? The difference with Kenya, Tanzania, and Burundi and all of them, right? Institutionally, because they were colonized by the English, they can either speak English or they have Swahili. So that's how they communicate amongst each other. With us, the main reason why we had revolts within Ethiopia, right? The Tigrayans, whoever you might call, right? It's because of a language issue, and they felt like they were culturally
I don't think it's a language
oppressed.
issue, bro. I don't.
That's literally, if you read their manifestos, like their revolution manifestos.
No, that's an excuse.
That's one of the grievances they bring up.
That's an excuse. Let's be real. The biggest reason for infighting in Ethiopia is the same reason for infighting in Somalia. It's because one specific demographic or tribe or a specific ethnic group inside of the larger ethnic group gains power. So most of the government, most of the military officers, most of the generals are part of the population that's 20% this or that. And then the rest of them are marginalized and blocked out from power. That's why.
Yeah, that's true too,
Say power was shared based on merit and not birth.
Yeah, 100%.
And if you're the best for the job, you'd be Secretary of State or President or head of the... what's another higher position? I don't fucking know. You know what I'm talking about, though. Say is like the United States, based on merit and not ethnicity, you got the job. That would be unifying as fuck. 100%. Because basically, if people from Somaliland would have less issue with Somaliland if people that were of the tribes of North Somalia were in the central government of Africa, of Somalia, I mean. Basically, Africans like to... They're the biggest nepotism. Like, nepotism is so huge in African governments. That's what causes the infighting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my cousin's fucking wife chamber of the fucking house. And she's not even skilled in that. It's just because she's part of your fucking family or tribe. That's what destroys countries.
That's crazy.
It has nothing to do with ethnicity or language or anything.
That's how it was.
In the Pan-Africanist movement, that would be erased. Your ethnicity would be family name alone. It would have nothing to do with your job application. You'd be a scientist based on your credentials.
Professional person.
Yeah. If you're the most professional, most highly skilled person who's the best person for the job, you'd still get blocked out from government because of where you were born.
Yep. You still be jobless.
Isn't that some horse shit? That's what causes the infighting, brother.
100%.
Let's be real with ourselves. That has nothing to do with language. That has nothing to do with religion.
My own two eyes.
100%. 100%, bro. And Africans turn a blind eye to that shit.
It's crazy.
Like it's just normal.
Yeah, like it's normal.
That's sick, bro. That's disgusting. It pisses me off even thinking about it.
Yeah, you did, man.
Real shit.
Hey, I fuck with your homeboy. I fuck with your homeboy in the back, bro.
Yo, God, that's my nigga Hamza, bro.
Yo,
Say what's up.
I just came back from Africa myself, bro. I was in Ethiopia my damn self. I went to Jigjiga. I went to Addis Ababa. I went to Dirdawa. I literally explored everything. I went to Nairobi. I was in Somaliland too.
He went everywhere.
I literally
I
seen everything. It was my first time going there in like 20 years. And as soon as I literally witnessed everything and I came back, I was like, oh my God.
You see how backwards the system
is fucked.
The system is backwards,
Africa is
fucked. It's fucked, bro. Look, there's gonna be. I'll say this. The last thing, and this is the saddest thing I have to say, and it's the truth. The only way Africa is gonna be unified, or East. Let's just focus on East Africa because the continent is too huge. Talk about all of it now, and like it's gonna happen in the next 20 years. But I'm saying in the next 100 years, for East Africa itself to unite fully, there's gonna have to be a very strong leader that conquers and kills and pillages his way to the top, and then forces everybody to get along,
100%.
and erases tribal outfit. 100%. You can laugh. It needs it. That's the only way, bro. It won't happen peacefully, bro. It won't happen peacefully. It needs one strong leader. Whether that leader comes from Ethiopia, Somalia, Djibouti, Kenya, it doesn't fucking matter to me at this point. Even though I'm Somali, and everybody with Somali is like Somali first type shit, just like Ethiopia is Ethiopia first, I get it. But fuck that, bro. I genuinely believe my home country of Somalia won't be a fucking place in 100 years if it keeps going the way it's going, based on tribalism and nepotism.
100%.
It won't be a fucking country. And I'm okay with it because that's what it deserves. It deserves to be just destroyed into the shadows of history if it can't get its fucking act together, bro. It deserves it. And I'm 100% for that if the result is African people uniting together.
You know what's crazy? When I went to
because Somali people will still be a thing. Just the fucking borders and the name won't be shit.
When I went
because
to,
of that nepotism. That's a fact, bro. Yo, and I agree with that.
When I went to Africa, I'm gonna tell you the realest shit. When I went to Africa, I have a cousin that lives in Africa, and he graduated from engineering school, from university, has a degree. Until this day, he's jobless because he can't get hired because based on the tribes and clans or whatever.
That's Africa's biggest problem.
And he's jobless.
That's Africa's biggest
And I'm like,
problem,
wow,
bro.
how you jobless?
That's a nigga that should never be jobless. You know how many people have no qualifications
There's a lot of smart-ass people that get degrees and shit back home, bro, but they can't get a job. So now what? They're chewing shots, they're drinking, they're on the fucking streets, bro, because they can't get a job with their degrees.
I mean, it happens. It's also because economic reasons. The economy just isn't vibrant over there. There's nothing that's built there.
He can at least get a job.
What's the excuse for that, though, bro?
No, there's contract companies, but he'll have to go for a Turkish contract company, an Indian contract company. He'll have to leave the country.
That's his plan right now.
Why the fuck are niggas broke back home, bro? Like, what's the excuse, bro? There should be no excuse, bro.
There is it's not an excuse. It's just a practicality thing. Africa suffers from a brain drain thing, where the most brightest, the most intelligent, the most skilled, the most capable ones of us that can rebuild the country can't live unless they leave.
Yeah, they gotta leave the country to go.
They gotta leave. The best doctors, the best engineers, they gotta leave. And they can only do that because they won't get far with their blood.
Yeah, 100%.
Because blood matters more than merit.
100%.
You feel me? That's crazy.
Niggas are too focused on wars. This land is my land. That land is your land. Like, bro.
No, it's not even just wars. Those wars start because 9 times out of 10, will you agree with me if I said this?
Blood matters more than merit, though. That's a bar, though. I'm not gonna lie.
No, will you agree with me if I say this? 9 times out of 10, a war starting in any African country starts from one ethnicity holding all the power of the established government and one ethnicity being put down by that government. Even though they share the same country, they're nationally the same. Because you're born in this part of this country, or with this name, or with this clan, or with this tribe, you can get power and access to all the doors are open for you. But regardless of your merits and how skilled or how brilliant or how many ideas you have or how much engineering skills you have, if you're born with this name or in this province or at this time, then you can't get the access to the same doors. That's what starts wars. Wars aren't start in Africa because, oh, I hate your fucking language. You don't talk like me. Nobody fucking cares. There's 5,000 languages in Nigeria alone.
That's how Sadubere got killed.
Real shit. There's more languages in Africa than anywhere. It's the most ethnically, linguistically, and religiously diverse continent on the fucking planet. Nobody fucking cares. People care about one people holding power over other people and not letting anyone have the same access as them.
Yeah.
And Pan-Africanism kills that, bro. It wipes that out. Our biggest cancer. Our biggest curse. It literally erases it. Because suddenly it doesn't fucking matter where you're born.
Hold on, say that again. What's the white belt?
You feel me?
Yeah,
Hold on, say that again. Say that again. What is the white belt?
What's up? Hey, how y'all doing? Yeah.
What's good?
Nah, I'm with you, bro. Yo, Yada, I'm with you, homie, for real.
You hear me, fam?
Yeah.
That's why I'm a Pan-Africanist,
really
bro. 100%. And until Africa, and I think, bro, it's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be bloody.
Oh, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be.
It's not gonna be easy.
It's not gonna be sweet.
Millions will die. Fuck 100,000. Millions.
Yeah.
But just like millions died in World War II, and America created the world order we live in today and created more prosperity than anywhere else. Shit, on the other side of that fucking dark, bloody tunnel, bro, Africa's gonna be number fucking one. You're gonna find the biggest tech companies on the planet are in Africa.
All right, so who's leading the charge? Who's leading the charge right now?
Give it 150 years, bro.
Who's leading the charge in Africa, man?
No, we need our first world war. That's our problem. Africa has.
We need our first continental war. Yes.
Yes.
100% I agree.
Yes.
We need our first continental war.
Back.
That wipes out all the unnecessary shit.
There you go.
100. I agree with that, bro.
I mean, the shit. Some of the Europeans did it, bro.
The Europeans, like, they can bitch and moan about World War II, but without World War II, my nigga, Europe still would be fucking the same feudalist, nigga.
Bro, it would. There you go, bro.
They'd still be kings and queens bickering and bitching, bro.
Now look at them.
Now they up.
Now they can travel to each other's countries. Have the same fucking
we need like the version of the Napoleonic Wars, bro.
But
we
bro,
need one big boss, savage, evil enemy to fight against.
Yeah, but the problem with the wars that we're fighting.
Our wars are useless. The way you're saying, we've been at war.
Useless wars. We're fighting useless wars that don't go nowhere. 100% petty wars. Wow, bro, that's the perfect title.
Petty wars.
The perfect title. We're in the era of the petty wars, bro.
Fucking skirmishes and shit, bro.
Skirmishes, my nigga, dust ups.
Nigga, what?
That do nothing except starve a lot of people, bro.
In the medieval ages, bro.
Hey, yo, wallahi, you know what disgusted me, bro? Yo, fam, you know what disgusted me? I read this report that said Africa has per capita the most people with hunger as their problem, right? What disgusted me the most is when I looked up arable land, farmable land on the planet. 60% of it is in Africa, bro.
It is.
60% of farmable land on the planet is in one continent.
I seen it with my own eyes.
What?
Definitely.
How was 60% of the arable land? Basically, Africa got 60%. The rest of the world, Asia, North America, Europe, South America, has to share the other 40%.
That's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
Like, what the fuck, man?
That's crazy.
That's fucking nuts to me.
It's wild.
It is nuts. It's fucking crazy, yeah.
Bro, it needs one fucking big bad. It needs one fucking enemy to try to take Africa.
Yeah, because even if you think about it, all the poor people in Africa are villagers and they're the farmers, nigga. So they're you get it?
Somalia needs Africa in itself, it needs a large continental war, bro.
We need an industrial revolution.
100%.
Yes.
100%. It needs 4 superpowers to come up and go to war with each other.
Yes.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah.
Real shit. And it's 4 good superpowers. Yeah, now I already know what they are too. Can I tell you? Number 1, North Africa. It's going to be concentrated in Egypt. Ethiopia and Egypt are already about to go to war with the dam that Ethiopia is building. The one East Africa centered in Ethiopia. South Africa with, of course, the country South Africa. And West Africa centered in Nigeria. Those are the superpowers, bro.
They are.
And they grow enough power, enough momentum, enough strength, enough animosity. It's going to be a continental war, bro. And once the dust settles, because we don't have nukes, so we're not going to destroy our land.
Yeah.
You feel me? We're not going to nuke each other. Hopefully there's no World War III before then, but there's a continental war. And here's the thing. Europe needs to stay the fuck out. Europe, North America, and Asia.
No involvement.
Get the fuck out, nigga. Let us settle this.
No
Let us shoot this shit the fuck out.
Yes.
And then once it's done and the dust settles, that's when we can start.
Yes.
The true rebuild.
You can say that again.
And it won't be bloodless, bro. Millions will die in this shit.
No, that's a fact.
Man, I wish I had power, bro. I'd fucking rule.
Oh my God, you telling me.
If I was born into power, that's what Gaddafi tried to do. Gaddafi, if he was successful, he wouldn't have got his way bloodlessly, bro. Mm-hmm. There would have been African kingdoms and corrupt leaders and people paid off by Western companies who would try to fight against
You know what's crazy? That's how we got here. We was talking about Gaddafi.
Yeah, remember? Bro. Yeah, we started there. But that's where he was trying to do. He was trying to start that, bro. He was trying to start the major process. The pain, like the pain before the gain. He was trying to start that shit.
Rags to riches.
Rags to riches story. Real talk. He was going to institute the dinar. Few countries would agree. Others wouldn't. Major factions would have been built up. Economic upheaval. Yes. Enormous economic growth for one side while the other side suffers. War breaks out. One side conquers and takes all, and it spreads in the entire continent. And then suddenly Europe is a lot fucking smaller than it was yesterday. Yeah. At this point, if you want Egyptian cotton, nigga, you got to pay top fucking shelf, bitch.
Top dollar. You feel me? Exclusive, bitch.
100. Like, real shit. The fact that 80% of coltan, like a mineral that's necessary in our iPhone, and our washing machines,
Congo,
hair dryers, that shit all comes from the Congo. 100%. Imagine they had to pay top dollar for that shit.
Bro, you know where they make the handbags?
Where?
Nigeria,
bro. Nigeria is an international industrial hub.
Like luxury handbags.
100%, bro. If it wasn't for piece of shit niggas like Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab and all these fringe fucking monkey-ass groups, nigga, we'd be all right.
But I think that shit is all CIA paid.
And of course they're paid by the CIA. They don't make no fucking money anywhere.
Do this.
The hell? They don't make no money.
Where you think they get their money from?
They get their money from the Emirates and the Kuwaitis and the Saudis as a proxy from the West. To keep the infighting, to keep us down, bro. To keep us fighting our brother against ideology or certain dumbass shit like that. The dust-ups continue. Europe reeks like a little girl that's 12 years old digs rare earth elements out of the ground for less than 50 cents a day so some fat fucking billionaire can sell an iPhone for fucking $1,500. Imagine that fucking girl was replaced by a median age worker getting paid $20, $30 an hour like here in the U.S. What's the price of that iPhone going to be here in the U.S.?
Bro, imagine.
The iPhone suddenly in the U.S. is $20,000, bitch ass nigga. And Africa is the only place you can get it for $1,000.
I think the iPhone
that's a fact.
Is made for $10.
That's why they want Africa down, bro. That's why the Pan-Africanist movement, when I see other Africans laughing at it, I'm like, do you know what the fuck you're actually laughing at, bro?
Yeah,
do you even know what you're disagreeing with? Bro, you don't know. You're disagreeing with the salvation.
Yeah.
Dead serious.
So retarded.
Dead serious.
Facts. You're disagreeing with redemption, bro.
Redemption, bro. Matter of fact, revenge. Fuck that. Pay me, bitch. That's what I want to see. Asia, if you want $1, if you want a crumb, the only people I would partner with is the Chinese. The Chinese and the East Asians. Because unlike Europeans, they didn't forcefully try to kill anyone. When they came to Africa, they didn't come with guns and M16s and AKs and bombs. They came with suitcases and contracts. They said, yo, fam, sign this contract, we'll build this bridge. We'll build this fucking subway.
You know what's fucked up about that?
I fuck with them. Yeah, I know. They call it debt traps, right? They say China's doing a debt trap. When you default on the loan, then they get the infrastructure free of charge that they built in Africa. I get it. But who the fuck cares if Africans are working it?